Okay, so next we're going to look at a word problem. So it says the volume of an enclosed gas at a constant pressure varies directly as the absolute temperature. And that's all I'm going to read right now. So it says the volume of a gas varies directly as the absolute temperature. Okay, because this says constant pressure here, we really can just ignore pressure. So we're going to make an equation for that. Volume varies directly with absolute temperature. So guys, anytime you see varies directly, that means you're going to use multiplication. Okay, so it says volume of an enclosed gas varies directly as the absolute temperature. So volume equals, we're always going to have some constant of variation. So constant here we're just going to use as a K. So K times the temperature. So since it says volume varies directly with temperature, volume is equal to K times the temperature. So this is the equation that we're going to use. So then it says if the pressure of a 3.46 liter sample, so that's some volume there, of neon gas at a temperature of 302 Kelvin is 0.926 atmospheres. Now that atmospheres is pressure. Remember, we don't care about pressure because it's constant. So for the next part, it tells us that, I'll write this down here, we have a volume of 3.46 and we have a temperature of 302 Kelvin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this information that I've read so far and I'm going to figure out what K is. So using that formula, we know V equals KT. So V is 3.46 equals, we don't know what K is, and T is 302. So we're going to divide 302, or 3.46 divided by 302. And we're going to be keeping 3 decimal places. For almost everything you're going to do for pre-cal, we're going to keep 3 decimal places because that's what you're going to use in calculus. So K is 0.011. So now I know my equation is not just V equals KT, it's actually V equals K, which is 0.011 T. Okay, so now I'm going to keep reading. It says, what would be the volume at a temperature of 338 Kelvin? So it's saying, I'm trying to figure out the volume if the temperature is 338 Kelvin based off the information in this new equation we just made. So we're going to plug in V equals 0.011 times 338. So we should get 3.718, and because this was the volume, that's going to be in liters. Okay, so for these word problems, it helps if you'll just read a sentence, figure out what it's saying, and then just keep reading after that. So volume varies directly with temperature. It means that you're going to be doing multiplication with your constant and the variable, so like K times T. That was the equation. Then if we kept reading a little bit further, it told us the volume and told us the temperature, so that let me be able to figure out K. And so now I have a new equation, volume equals that K value times T. Then it said, okay, well, what would be the volume if the temperature is 338? So we got to plug in, so our final answer is this 3.718 liters. Okay. So for example 4, we have another table. So this table, we're trying to figure out a power function. So make sure you read here because sometimes they'll give you tables and ask for other things. And we know a power function has to be y equals ax to the b power. And it's an average distance in relationship to the period here. And it's the average distance from the sun. And then after we create our equation, then they want us to figure out what the orbital period will be if we know the distance from the sun for Neptune. So what you're going to do, because you're going to use your calculator, you're going to go to your stat edit. So you're going to go to stat edit. To clear out the list, you just hit clear, enter. So you're going to have L1 and L2 here. And you're going to type those in. And I always type one list in and then check, make sure they're correct. Okay, so once you've done that, remember you're going to go to Stat, go over to Calc. Because they told us to make a power regression function, then we're going to go to letter A, which says power regression. List 1, list 2, enter, enter, calculate. Okay, so this tells you y equals ax to the b, so that makes you know you're on the right track there. And remember, I'm going to do 3 decimal places, so y, the a value is 0.200, and the b value is 1.499, so that would round to 1.500. Okay, so that could definitely be the answer. Because this is really close to 1.5 when we round, think about this also could be x. 1.5 is the same thing as 3/2, so that could be written as a square root, where it would be x to the third underneath the square root. Okay, so either one of these could be the answer there. Alright, so at the top it said, then use this model to predict the orbital period for Neptune, which is 4,496 from the Sun. So that is the average distance from the Sun. So in order to figure this out, we're going to plug in x is 4,497 to our equation that we have here. And you can use either equation. I'm going to use the one with the square root. So you can type that in your calculator. And that should give you 60,313.472. And then that's going to be days because that was the units for our y there. Okay, so we used our list and then we just plugged in from there. So we do have another example similar to that. So this one we're using the table to obtain a power function. So once again, make sure it says power function. So we know we're doing y equals ax to the b power. For speed, which is p, versus the distance, which is d. So they're actually saying because we're using speed equals the distance, which is d, this is really the formula that they want us to figure out. And then we're going to predict when the distance is 1.8. So the only thing that's weird about this one, because this has these zeros here, you're not going to include those. Okay, if you include those, it's going to give you an error. But you are going to put these in your stats. You're going to go to Stat, Edit, type these in your list. Okay, but remember you're not going to include those zeros. So always check. Because especially with these, it's easy to be off. See, I'm off a number. Or I just rounded it. And check. Okay, so then you're going to go to Stat, Calc, and you're going to go down to the one that says Power Regression, which is A. Enter, 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 enter. Alright, so it gives us y equals 4.027 and then x to the 0.494. And they're using p, so we could do it with a p here and a d here would be the same thing. So either one of those. Okay, this answer could work. We could also round this to, this could round to 0.5. So they may round the answer to 0.5. If they do that, that's the same thing as relating it to the 1/2 power. Well, so that means that we could change that into the square root of d. So you may see either one of these answers. Okay, the reason I do this is so you know all these are possibilities. So then it says, use this model to predict the speed at an impact when d is 1.08. So we're going to plug in d equals 1.80, and you can plug it into any of them that you want. I'm going to plug it into this one. So if we plug that in on our calculator, you should get around 5.403, and the units on P here, the speed is meters per second. Okay, so just know that sometimes your answer, you just need to make sure you look. If it's multiple choice, you could have any of these answers would work, and then your answer may be a little off depending on which one you use, but it shouldn't have too many that were close to that.